So is a girl who hasn't hit puberty, is she mature? Yes or no?
No, but we're not.
There is no but. There's no but. It's
There
either
is
she's
a but.
mature or
There
she's
is
not.
a but.
There
Is
is a
she
but
is she-
because we don't.
I'll ask again. I'll ask again. Is a girl who has not reached puberty, is she mature? Yes or no?
Listen, if a child hits puberty at the age of 7, are they mature?
Yes or no? Guys,
Yes or
come
no?
on.
No.
Hi amazing viewers, welcome to Religious Insight. In this video, female Muslim came to challenge Godlogic that if she was able to prove some certain things, then Godlogic would take Shahada and become a Muslim. Was she able to do that? Let's find out the truth from this video.
All right.
I'm Muslim, alhamdulillah.
All right, perfect. Welcome to the stage, ladies.
Welcome. So you said that if I can change your mind about Islam, you become a Muslim.
Yeah, there's one thing that'll change my mind. You want to hear it?
Go ahead.
All right. The Quran says in chapter 61, verse 6,
Okay.
it says that Jesus mentioned a messenger named Ahmed to come after him.
Okay.
So all I want, and all I'm asking for, is for someone to show me where Jesus actually said this.
You want me to prove to you that Jesus actually said this?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna just start talking, and if you get confused, get convinced. You get convinced. If you don't, it's okay. Allah gives hidayah to whoever He wants to.
Oh, we're gonna lose you, Godlogic.
You said that you're just going to start talking, and then if I get confused, then,
No. I said if you if you convert, it's up to you. Allah gives hidayah to who He wants to.
Well, so are
Right on
you...
live, you're gonna get the hidayah. Right on live. Go ahead. Sorry.
Allah wills. I mean, yeah.
I hear you. So you're going to show me where Jesus said Ahmed's coming after him?
I'm gonna prove to you to what He said is true. Okay.
Let me ask you this. It sounds like you're going to go from the angle that you believe that the Quran is true, and then, so whatever the Quran says, it's true, right? Because it's the word of God.
Not precisely.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay, let's see this.
Okay. So, for example,
Say that again. Your mic is muffled.
you're a Christian, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you believe in, for example, the ship story where, the ship was built and the flood happened, blah, 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 this and that.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. We believe that too, okay? So in the Quran, right? There's loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of stories, right? That are all correct.
I would disagree, but go ahead.
Okay. But see, if you were to disagree, if you look into the Bible, there's almost the same exact things. And if you really look back into history, the Bible was brought in through Jesus, correct?
No, but I understand what you're on.
No, but who was the Bible brought through then?
A bunch of prophets, a bunch of different prophets. Moses, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Joshua. You're talking about the New Testament, you're talking about the gospel. Jesus revealed the gospel, but it was written by his apostles. So,
Okay. If you look into the Bible, the Torah, and the Zabur, right? They're all the same exact thing as the Quran, but the Bible, the Torah, and the Zabur were actually changed, and they were modified throughout different centuries and everything, correct? But
no,
then
that's wrong.
Okay, but
Not correct.
The Quran doesn't even say that, sister.
Okay, but it is also sworn in the Quran that the Quran will be preserved to the day of judgment. Okay?
That's the same thing about it doesn't say that about the Quran. It says that about all of his scripture. It says that Allah revealed, sent down the reminder, and he's the guardian of it. Do you know what it calls us in the Quran? It calls us the people of the reminder, Jews and Christians.
Okay.
So the Quran is a reminder, the Torah and the Bible, the gospel, the reminder. So the reminder is all of Allah's revelation that he will preserve, not just one book.
Okay. But if you look into the Bible, now, okay, and you look at one from the 18th century, the 19th century, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. And there's verses in the Quran that Allah swores, like He swore that the Quran will never get touched, never get changed. Not a single, like, a harakat, not a single vowel will get changed.
If I show you that there are vowels and words that were changed, would that disprove the Quran?
No, because there's 10 different ways the Quran can be read.
And similarly, there's 10 different ways that the gospel could be written.
I didn't say written, I said read.
Yeah, there's 10 different there's 10 different qira'at of the gospel.
But besides that, Haraka and the Tashkil wasn't part of the Quran. They actually changed the Quran.
Yeah, there was no diacritical marks at first.
No one changed the Quran.
Yeah,
So
The Quran was put back together. If you're talking about changing it,
you said it was put back together?
yeah.
So it used to be like apart?
Because, okay, when you get revelation, right? Allah did not give Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam the whole Quran in one moment. He gave him certain ayahs, He gave him certain verses, He gave him certain surahs. His first surah was Iqra. That's the first surah, that's the first ayah that came down.
Really?
Yeah. Gabriel, how you pronounce it, Jibreel alayhi salam, he came down to him. He told him, Iqra. He told him, Ma ana biqari, I cannot read. And he told him, Iqra.
How did Muhammad know it was Jibreel?
Because, what's it called? All the other prophets, they also got revelation through Jibreel alayhi salam, except for Musa alayhi salam. Musa alayhi salam, Mosa, or however you guys pronounce it, he was Kalimullah. He talked to Allah.
Yeah, but Muhammad didn't know about the previous prophets before this. So how did he know that this was Gabriel?
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. He never read any of the scriptures. He couldn't read.
He believed from what they taught him, what his family taught him.
So who told him that this was Gabriel that visited him in the cave?
Whoever raised him. Well, his wife, Khadija, told him that it could be Jibreel alayhi salam.
Is Khadija a prophet?
No. But that's something that she got taught. No. That's something she got taught. She got taught that all the prophets got revelation through Jibreel alayhi salam. Because if Allah, listen, it said in a verse that Musa alayhi salam asked Allah to come down so he can see Allah. He didn't even show a part of him, and Musa alayhi salam passed out. Allah Ta'ala cannot come down personally and speak to these messengers.
Why not? He did.
I just told you.
He did it to Moses.
He did not do that to Moses. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he appeared in the fire to Moses.
He showed a single part of him on top of the mountain, and the whole mountain started shaking, and Musa alayhi salam passed out.
So that single part of him came into creation and caused Moses to pass out, right? And the mountain to crumble.
Yeah.
He gave a finger. I had to say it.
Yeah, no finger. That's what it says. So Allah is able to come to creation and show himself.
Yes, he is. But if he were to, the whole earth would shake. People would pass. I just told you what happened to Musa alayhi salam when Allah revealed a single part of himself.
Okay, I got you. So just going back to this. So Khadija is not a prophet. Muhammad, didn't know anything. And so how did they know then that Gabriel is the one that appeared to him? If they're not prophets, they don't know anything.
Because from the previous prophets, from the previous teachings, Jibreel alayhi salam has came down and revealed to the prophets. And how are you going to tell me that Jibreel alayhi salam is not him? Because if Allah Ta'ala came down, let me tell you.
I'm with you, Layan, I'm with you. It wasn't Allah himself. Somebody down. But here's my thing. You said something important. You said because of the previous teachings, right, that you find in the previous scriptures.
Exactly.
Okay. So when we compare Gabriel in the previous scriptures and that entity that came to Muhammad in the cave, we see that they're not the same. Because never ever, and hear me, never ever do you ever see Gabriel appear to someone and he oppresses them. He presses on them or forces them to try to do something like read or recite or something like that. He never scares them out of their mind, but he always brings peace and comfort to them. He always says, do not be afraid, right? Correct. But here in the cave, this thing came and oppressed Muhammad, pressed on him and squeezed him to the point where Muhammad says he couldn't take it anymore. Did this 3 times to him.
Okay.
And then Muhammad left the cave sweating and fearful, and he ran to Khadijah saying, please cover me, because he was afraid. He thought he was doing that.
But if you also do know about revelation, getting revelation is painful.
Says who?
Says teachings, says people.
See,
How are you going to tell me? No. How are you? Okay, think about it like yourself. Logically, without Islam, without Christianity. How are you going to tell me that an angel, that if he spread his wings, he can cover the earth and its universe, comes down to you, it's going to be all relax and chillax?
Yeah, look,
Wrong cosmology to make the argument. So she's using Islamic standards.
yeah. Look, so you like you said, we got to base our stuff on previous scriptures, right? Previous teachings. Okay. So when we look at the previous teachings, never do we ever see a prophet receive revelation and it's painful. Never do they go into, are they afraid, thinking that they're demon possessed? Never do they believe that they encountered something, some evil force.
But see, okay.
It's never happened.
If you look into it more, after Muhammad ﷺ went through that, right? He actually thought to himself that could have been a revelation from Allah. And then once Jibreel Islam did not come down for like a couple months, he thought that Allah Ta'ala was mad at him because Jibreel Islam did not come down. So how are you going to...
And what was he about to do because of this?
I'm not knowledgeable about that.
Well, he went up to the high mountain and was about to throw himself down. He was suicidal.
Okay, please, okay, we can talk and everything, but for you to say something about that, about my prophet, I respect you, I respect your religion, I respect where you're coming from, but I would highly appreciate if you do not say stuff like that about my prophet. We can talk, we can have an adult conversation, but for you to say something about that to my prophet, that's no.
Yeah, Lan, we're having an adult conversation, and in adult conversations, hard truths are here. I'm not making fun of Muhammad. That's literally what the Hadith says. It literally says that when the revelation stopped coming to him for a time, he would go up to the high mountains and attempt to throw himself off. He would try to unalive himself. This is not me.
Where did you get this Hadith from?
Sahih Bukhari. I'll pull it out.
No.
Put it on the screen.
Okay.
I'll put it on the screen. I don't want you to think that I'm mocking you or making this up. I'm gonna show it to you yourself, okay?
Yeah, that's also even in the Sirah material, all of them.
Guys, what hadith specifically is it? 3? Okay, someone said 3.
3 is one of them. There's also one that I use in my presentation, so let me look it up.
Okay. No, that only mentions how it paused for a while. Where does it mention him trying to throw himself off the mountain? All right, 6982. Thank you. 6982. Sahih Bukhari 6982. Just want to let you know that we don't play games with this stuff, okay? All right, so let me show it on the screen. All right. So it's a very long hadith, but we've already talked about all of this up here, about the cave and stuff like that. I don't know how to read, so on and so forth. All right, look. This is the part I was talking about. Then Allah's messenger returned. So this is right after his experience in the cave. It says, then Allah's messenger returned with the inspiration, his neck muscles twitching with terror, till he entered upon Khadijah and said, cover me, cover me. They covered him till his fear was over. And then he said, Khadijah, what is wrong with me? All right. Never do you see a prophet going through this when they receive revelation. This is what we see. And I'm going to be real with you. The Bible records reactions like this with demonic possession. Okay. With demonic oppression.
Okay, but demonic oppression also comes with witch verses and all these. I don't even know how stuff like that works, but obviously that's evil. But then if an angel comes down to tell you Iqra, and then he tells you a surah, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, read with the name of the Lord whom created you.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, Lan, what name and what Lord is that? Because there are a lot of false lords out there that try to claim to be God.
Not at that time. Not at that time. At that time, there was just Allah and there were statues. And statues are not capable of doing stuff like that.
You're missing it. You're missing it. See, even the Bible says that all of these, like a lot of these false religions, are doctrines from demons. Like evil spirits are the originators of these false religions and doctrines, leading people into believing that they're worshiping a particular God when really they're worshiping these evil spirits.
Okay,
So,
but how is an evil spirit going to tell you a verse that has God's اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق?
it doesn't have his name. It doesn't say what his name is.
But Rabb, what does Rabb mean? Rabb means Lord.
Yeah, so what Lord? A lot of evil spirits want to be referred to as the Lord. What Lord are we talking about? It's not the true Lord. That's
اقرأ وربك الأكرم. Read with the name of the one who's most merciful.
Okay, so I'll show you this. Look, we'll get to that in a second. I'll break down how we can solidify, how this is evil. I'll show you this, okay? So look, Muhammad, after his experience, they calmed him down a bit. All right, but after a few days, Waraka died, and the divine inspiration was also paused for a while. And the prophet became so sad, as we have heard, that he intended several times to throw himself from the tops of high mountains.
Okay.
So this wasn't me making this up. I wasn't mocking you. I wasn't trying to take it. Right?
That proves the dear love that Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has for Allah, that he fears that Allah is, mad at him. And if you know, right, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was not 100%, like he wasn't a prophet at that time. He was just a normal human being. And all prophets are ma'soom. Ma'soom means unable to sin. So if he was in prophethood during this time, he would not have done that. He couldn't have done that because ma'soom is unable. You are not able to sin. Allah Ta'ala has made all of our prophets unable to sin because if a sinful person.
He was a prophet. What are you talking about? This was after he received the divine inspiration multiple times. He's already a prophet. That's why it calls him the prophet.
No, they call him the prophet because it's respectful, because it's referring to something that happened in the past, and he's a prophet, so you have to say the prophet received da 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 da.
Well, look, what happens? What are you if you receive divine inspiration?
You're a prophet, obviously. Okay. But does he know? That's the thing. Does he know that?
Yes. Look, Waraka told him. This is after all the Gabriel stuff. This is all after all. Waraka told him that you're a prophet. Yada yada yada. Right. All of this stuff. Look, even Waraka replied in the affirmative that never did a man come with something similar to what you have brought, but was treated with hostility. If I should remain alive the day when you will be turned out, then I would support you strongly. So he's telling him that you're going to be persecuted later, and I will support you, because all the prophets that came before you, they were also treated with hostility. So he knows he's a prophet now. Now, after a few days, Waraka died, and the divine inspiration was paused, right? And so he's a prophet. He knows he's a prophet now. But still, as a prophet, he tried to throw himself off a cliff. Prophets aren't perfect.
Prophets are perfect. No. That's where you're wrong. No.
Well, am I wrong here when it says Muhammad as a prophet tried to commit suicide?
I'm not educated about that subject, that hadith, that history. I'm not educated about that. But for you to go say that prophets are, no, they're not. They're ma'soom.
All right, let me show you what the Quran says, okay? I'm going to show you the Quran. The Quran says that Muhammad committed sins in the past and will do it in the future. But it says that he will forgive him of his past sins and his future sins, okay? This is the Quran, Surah Al-Fath. Okay. Whoops. All right. Hold on, let me get the right verse up.
48, you mean?
Yeah, 48. Yeah, I'm here. I got it.
You do know that when the Prophet ﷺ was younger, right? I don't know if you know this or not, but when you know how he went to his foster mother Halima, radiallahu anha? Do you know that?
Nah, I don't know that story.
Okay, so before you open up this, let me tell you quickly about this. Quickly.
Why?
Okay, So back in the day of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's time and like all the ancient times, they used to go to foster mothers and grow up there because it's more strict. They teach you things, everything like that. Okay.
Okay.
And one day Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was playing with Halima radiallahu anha's children. Okay. And two angels carrying a gold tray kind of. Okay, it had ice in it. And they proceeded to grab Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, split his chest, grab his heart, and take out a clot, which was I guess you can say the evil kind of. And they took it and they removed it and then they put his heart back in. That proves that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is unable to sin. And Allah Ta'ala said that He will forgive him no matter what. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is guaranteed Jannat al-Firdaus. He's guaranteed Jannah. There's no way he can sin.
I hear you. All right, now let's get to this verse now. Let's see if that's actually true. Indeed, we have given you, O Muhammad, a clear conquest. Next verse. That Allah may forgive you for what preceded of your sin and what will follow, and complete His favor upon you and guide you to a straight path.
That's Allah Ta'ala telling him that no matter what you do, no matter what happens, I will guarantee you Jannah. But Allah Ta'ala made him ma'soom. Allah Ta'ala made Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam unable to sin. Allah made him sinless.
Calm down. Relax. It says here that He is forgiving him for what preceded of your sin. Now, which means what he sinned in the past. Let me give you an even clearer translation so you can see this. That's even worded weirdly. Look, that Allah may forgive you your sins of the past and the future, and complete His favor on you and guide you on the straight path.
That's Allah saying that He's forgiven him 100%.
Yes, but of his past sins, he sinned in the past. You see that?
Where? When he got his chest split open, or when? When did he sin?
Sister, whatever story you read of him opening his chest, either you're misunderstanding what took place, because it doesn't say
you can look that up in Hadith, you can look that up in the Quran, you can do so much. That is 100% sahih.
No
that happened from Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
saying it's not sahih. I'm talking about your understanding of it. It doesn't say that he can't sin. It doesn't say that. This verse here in the Quran explicitly says that Muhammad sinned in the past and Allah forgives him for it. And he'll sin in the future. And Allah even forgives his sins in the future.
That's Allah saying He's forgiven 100%. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but he still sinned though. Do you get it? He still sins, but Allah forgives him.
How are you going to tell me that someone sinned if they had the bad in them removed and they're a prophet and they're ma'soom? They're unable to sin.
Because
they're unable to sin.
Because he didn't have the bad in him removed.
Yeah, no. Do not tell me he did not get the bad removed. Go look it up in Hadith. Go look it up in the Quran. Go talk to a scholar. They will tell you that story is 100%. It happened, and it's literally it's in Hadith. It's in the Quran. And then after that, Halima's children went to her and they told her that this and that happened to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then she took him back to Medina.
Can you open 47:19 as well?
Yeah.
What is after this? Yeah, 47:19.
I need you to
after this.
Listen, please. Layan, what has the authority? Quran or Hadith?
Quran, 100% is the words of Allah.
According to this verse, now be honest with me. We've been talking so far. You understand stuff. You can be logical. So be honest with me. According to this verse, it says that Muhammad sinned in the past, right? And that
we may forgive your sins in the past, correct?
Right. So that he sinned.
But then, if you put two and two together, someone that's a prophet, correct? If a prophet, okay, be like this. No, sir. Put this verse aside for a minute. If a person came down to you,
did he sin in the past according to the verse? Please.
Let me speak, and then we can come back to that.
I need you to answer the question. You can elaborate however you want.
I believe as a Muslim that all prophets are sinless. They are unable to sin.
What does this verse say? Does this verse say that Muhammad was sinless?
Listen. If all prophets are sinless, how can he sin?
Because all prophets are not sinless.
Yes, all prophets are sinless. How can if someone comes down to, sir, as an educated man, as mashallah, I can't say mashallah for you, but like you're very educated, correct?
So, that's what Muslims do. They say I know more about Islam than most Muslims in the world.
I wouldn't say that because that's not my opinion, okay? But if someone comes down to you and tells you believe in this and that and this God is that and this prophet is that, but they go and sin, they go and drink, they go and kill, they go and do this, they go and do that, they go and do this, they do all these sinful things. Would you believe them? They go and lie. Would you believe them?
I would believe that they're not a prophet, and that
exactly. So you can't believe what they said.
Salam, that's why we reject Muhammad. Because he claims to be a prophet, yet he is full of sin. He unalives people,
No, sir. No. He did not unalive a single person his entire life.
All right, look. Let me just show you this, okay?
If you're gonna bring up the story where he slit someone, like gave someone a scratch on their neck, and they started running around saying that Muhammad killed me, he did not kill them.
Let me ask. I'm not asking about that. Let me ask you this, Lan. Would a prophet abuse a child?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Do you believe that having sexual relations with an underage girl, that's child abuse?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, but for you to say that Aisha was 9, Aisha at that time, she was so educated.
I'm not talking about Aisha.
Then who are y'all talking about?
I'm talking about what Muhammad taught in the Quran.
What are you teaching in the Quran?
This is what he taught. Look. This is 65:4, the chapter of divorce. Mm-hmm. Okay? And those of your women, as have passed the age of monthly courses, for them, their iddah, prescribed period, is, if you have doubts, is 3 months. And for those who have no courses, i.e., they're still immature, their iddah is 3 months likewise. All right? And for those who are pregnant, their iddah is until they deliver the bird, which means they have the baby. And whoever fears Allah, keeps his duty to him, he makes it easy. All right. Now, this is what I'm showing you. This verse is telling them what to do with the women that they divorce, right? With the females. Okay? There's 3 categories. The first category are the females who are too old to menstruate. They've passed the age. It's what they call it, menopause, right? They have passed the age of monthly courses. All right? Mm-hmm. That's the first category of women. So when you divorce them, they have an iddah, a waiting period before they divorce the next man, right? It's 3 months. Okay, good. You understand. Nice. Now here's the second category of females they're divorcing. The second category are those who have not menstruated. They have no courses. Why? Because they're too young. They haven't reached puberty yet, so they can't menstruate. So they have an iddah when they get divorced of 3 months, just like the older women. Here's the point: they're marrying and divorcing immature girls who haven't even had their periods yet.
Okay. Back in the day, for example, not even 1920s, 1930s. What was the age of marriage back then?
Maturity.
No, it was not. People would marry children, literal children, and have huge families with them. Child after another child, child after child, child after child.
Is that okay?
That is not okay. No, not at all.
So they were wrong. So right here, is it wrong when it allows men to marry and divorce little girls who haven't even had puberty yet?
But you do have to understand that some women,
where does that say little girls?
Those who haven't menstruated.
Do you believe that all women menstruate? Is that a standard? Do all women menstruate?
See how it says they're immature?
Do all women
Not
menstruate?
just that.
Answer the question. Do all women menstruate? No. And so for those women whose situations are unique, there is a prescription for them as well.
Ah, okay, nice. So talking about women who have a medical issue to where they don't menstruate, that's what you're talking about, right?
Correct, because not all women are the same.
Got you.
And
Does
also,
this then,
the time period, you're judging morality. You're judging morality.
I got you.
Our current standards
Wait,
the standards back then were different, and not to say they're better or worse.
No,
but
Momo.
you cannot
Stop, Momo. Stop.
Let her speak. She's trying to say something.
Slow down, everybody. Slow down, everybody. Momo, let me ask you this. Is it ever okay for a man to have relations with an underage girl? Is it ever okay?
No.
Okay. So notice how you and I agree, and we're not appealing to standards of today. We're appealing to objective morality, not cultural relativism, where morality changes based on time or culture or wherever you live in. No, there are things that are objectively wrong, no matter where you're from, no matter what time you live in. Okay?
Objectively based on whose standards, though?
Based on God. God, when we say objective standard, that means that it surpasses humanity, that it's based on God. Okay? That's what objective morality is. Morality that is based on God's character. When you say, subjective morality, subjective means that it's based on whoever's opinion. And that's not what morality is, right? We would agree that morality is not subjective. Morality is objective. That no matter what I say or you say, having relations with a little girl is wrong, period, right?
It is, but even in legal terms, the age of consent has a specific age limit to it.
Beautiful.
You cannot just blanket. No, but you cannot just blanket the term mature or immature as if there is a universal standard for what maturity is. Yes, we can definitely say, people.
Let me ask you this.
Under a certain age, of course, are should be protected and have and we need to ensure that there is a standard. However, there's no way you can blanket that statement and say, well.
Look. Here's my question to you. Under normal,
you just said that depends on the age and time, correct?
Hold on. Let me engage with Momo for a second. Just hold on a second. Momo, can you and I agree that girls who haven't hit puberty are immature? Under normal conditions, we're not talking about health issues.
Correct.
Normal conditions. Okay, so we're not talking about rare occasions. When someone has a health defect, obviously it's a defect. Normal conditions, girls who haven't hit puberty yet, they're immature. We agree?
Correct. However, we don't. Okay. The baseline for maturity is not a girl's period.
Besides that, at that time, no, let me speak. At that time, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, people, like children at the age of 9 led wars. They were as mature as a 22-year-old in present day.
No, they didn't, and I don't care about that.
Yes, they did. There are multiple Sahaba that led war at the age of 7 years old.
All right, so I got to mute you now because you're just talking out of turn and you're getting out of hand. Momo, it sounds like you agree with me on what immaturity is, but at the last breath you disagree. So is a girl who hasn't hit puberty, is she mature? Yes or no?
No, but we're not.
There is no but. It's either she's mature or she's not.
There is a but because we don't.
I'll ask again. Is a girl who has not reached puberty, is she mature? Yes or no?
Listen, if a child hits puberty at the age of 7, are they mature?
Yes or no? Guys,
yes
come on.
No, but nothing. There's no black and white.
You have to understand.
There are exceptions. And there's no way you can just make a blanket statement.
Now watch this. Now, beautiful.
Sir, you didn't answer my question. Sir, you didn't answer my question.
What's your question?
You didn't answer my question. If a child hits puberty at the age of 7 years old, are they mature?
So this is what you guys need to understand what puberty is. Puberty is the sign.
No, yes or no?
Look, I'm answering your question, Leia. Be quiet, please. Puberty is the sign that people are maturing. It's not the end all be all of maturity, but it's the sign of the female maturing. But when a girl hasn't even hit puberty yet at all,
maturing in what sense? She's
not mature at all.
Not just that, If
The
a child,
definition,
So let's move forward now.
puberty
Let's move
is
forward
when
now.
somebody
Let's move forward
becomes
now.
capable
no,
of
because
Let's
no,
move
no, no,
forward
no, no,
now.
no.
So guys, do
Babies
you
hit
agree?
puberty.
Do you agree?
Babies
Do you
can hit
agree?
the menstrual cycle.
Hold on, mute up, please. Momo, do you agree that sleeping or having relations with immature girls, that is wrong?
I just want to correct your definition of maturity, because the definition of maturity means when a person, a woman in specific, in
this case,
in this case, thank you, becomes capable of reproduction. Maturity, there's no correlation between maturity and somebody's intellect.
Momo,
no, listen.
is it ever okay?
You could
Is it ever okay?
hit puberty
Is it
and
ever
not be
okay to have relations?
intellectually.
Momo, is it ever okay to have relations with an immature female?
Okay, sorry. You have to change your perspective on mature. Mature does not mean you got.
Is it
your
ever
menstrual cycle.
okay to have relations with a girl who hasn't reached the age where she can menstruate? Is that okay?
If she's mature, yes.
Okay.
At that time, that was perfectly fine because she was as mature as a 22-year-old female this day, present day.
I got you.
Wow.
I got you. Beautiful. This is amazing. Momo, do you agree with her that it's okay to sleep with girls who haven't
Not sleep.
menstruated?
No. Not sleep.
I already answered this question. I don't know why we're going in circles. I already said no. However, there are
Okay, thank you.
exceptions,
So that's
because
a
not
no.
all
Except
women
there are
fall under the
exceptions.
same blanket
So
statement.
Oh, that is crazy, bro.
Nice. So there's an exception for pedophilia.
No,
Lane-
no exception for
please
no.
don't
Sir,
mince my
sir,
words.
no.
Don't mince my
There
words,
are-
because I'm saying there are exceptions in the sense that not all women. You're basing your definition off of whether or not a girl has a period. And
No,
like
I'm
I
just,
told
no,
you
I'm just asking
earlier-
this.
I'm
I'm
not
just,
saying that
I'm
my
just
opinion
asking
is
this.
okay.
earlier,
I'm
there
just
is
asking
no,
this.
there-
Momo,
there's
Momo,
no blanket
Momo,
statement
Momo,
for
Momo,
women, because there are women
Momo.
in
It's a simple question. I got to mute you guys now because you guys are just so nervous defending pedophilia. It's okay. It's bad, but 1,300 people are seeing this. This is Islam. Guys, Momo,
you're
it's a
pushing it
simple
out. You're not
question.
just letting us
And
speak.
please-
You're just ready to spew your
Momo,
own
it's
hate.
a simple
Like, if this is a
question,
debate,
Momo.
then it needs to be.
Simple question, Momo. Is it ever okay to have relations with an immature girl? Yes or no?
Explain what immature is in your opinion.
Does it matter what I mean?
Yes, it does. Because if you're talking about a person that has not reached puberty, that's one thing.
Yeah, they do
and
represent-
If you're talking about
don't-
someone that's like
Look at them.
not-
The Muslims are saying you don't represent them now. Don't disclaim them, Muslims. Oh, this is what Islam is. It's filled with people who defend this stuff, who make excuses for it. This is Islam.
It's not that. There's certain rulings for certain time periods, for certain situations.
Very nice. So give me the time period and situation where it's okay to sleep with and have relations with an immature girl.
He had never slept with her.
Layan,
Are you serious, dude?
are you okay?
What?
Layan, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Do you believe that Aisha was mature when she was 9 and he slept with her?
He never slept with her, according to my knowledge. First of all, second of all,
I got
how
you.
many
I didn't
times
ask-
do
I
I
didn't-
have
I
to
didn't ask
tell
that.
you?
Was Aisha mature? That's all I'm asking. At 9.
Yes, because mature, in my opinion, is her how she represents herself, how she speaks for herself, how she acts.
Right.
That's
Okay.
maturity.
Okay. Is playing with dolls mature at 9?
At that time, children at that age never played with. They did not do such things that children these days do. At that
Nice.
time, children were able to lead wars. They were able to fight in
So
war.
they didn't. So children didn't play with dolls, huh?
Okay.
Okay. Look at the screen. Sahih Muslim.
Child soldiers.
1422. Look at this soldier. So Aisha, the soldier Aisha, reported that Allah's apostle married her when she was 7 years old. Look how mature she was. And was taken to his house as a bride when she was 9 years old, and her dolls were with her. Pay attention to this. She was a bride, taken as a bride to Muhammad's house at 9, and her dolls were with her. And when he died, she was 18 years old. So her dolls were with her when she married Muhammad. right? I'm sorry,
You have to understand that this is not him. This is not him choosing to marry. This is Allah's will. Allah told him to marry her.
It was Allah's will for Muhammad to marry a girl still playing with dolls. Right?
That's Allah's will. That's not in control of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So you have no place calling him a pedophile.
I got you. Now watch this. It gets even worse because she wasn't just a bride at 9 with her dolls. Look at what happened at 9. Aisha narrated Aisha, reported that Allah's messenger married her when she was 6 years old, and he took her to his house when she was 9. But what happened? And he consummated that marriage when she was 9 years old. Consummated the marriage. She was still playing with dolls when he slept with her. Is she mature? Is this good? This is what God would command and permit?
If Allah commanded, then Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has to apply.
That's tough.
We're not going to talk about how priests molest children while getting baptized.
Yeah, they're wrong. They're evil and they're hellbound.
And we're not going to talk about how some priests are actually homosexual.
And they're hellbound. Will you say the same about Muhammad now? Can you condemn Muhammad?
Absolutely not.
Okay, now do you see the difference? The difference between you and I is with someone who appears to be prominent in a religion, if they do something heinous and sick, we as Christians, we call it out and we condemn it. But you as Muslims, you defend it.
We're not defending it. We're realizing that it's the command of Allah and whatever Allah wills is great, first of all. Second of all, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who said that he wanted to? Who said that it was in his control? If Allah Ta'ala told him to go wage war against a certain group of people, then he will. If Allah told him to do something, he will do it. That is his job as a prophet.
Did he just say whatever Allah's wills is great?
Yep.
So that means that his action, because it's commanded by Allah, is great according to her standard.
Yes.
It does even call there's a hadith, Godlogic, that says that she's a young girl who, because she's young, that forgets everything that what she's doing, while being young, right? Yeah. You remember which hadith I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Chickens defending KFC, everybody.
Now, hold on now. Where's that other one about her playing in the house?
Yeah.
Her playing in the house with her friends, with the dolls.
The reason that, from my knowledge, the reason that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam or Allah told him to is because through her, because she constantly bled, through her, we learn about the different rulings for menopause.
Look, watch this. Narrated Aisha. This is Sahih Bukhari 6130. Narrated Aisha. I used to play with dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. Look, a bunch of kids used to play with dolls, it appears, because they were kids. When Allah's apostle used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves. But the Prophet would call them to join and play with me. Sounds like children to me. Now watch this. The playing with the dolls and similar images is forbidden. But it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. So Islamically, if you don't reach the age of puberty, you're still a little girl from Islamic standards.
You're sinless. Yeah, you're not. There's nothing that's accountable against you.
Nice. So guess what? While she was still a little girl playing with dolls, Muhammad married and slept with her. You think that's okay?
Where does it say he slept with her?
I just showed it to you. Hold on. What are we doing here? Hold on. I'm going to keep this up right here. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me do this. Let me put it in another tab like this. Boom. And then let's go ahead and get another hadith page up. All right.
I hate to make this joke, but I'm frustrated. We're literally doing what Aisha used to sing. The wheels on the bus go round and round.
Round and round.
Round and round.
All right.
Justice for Aisha.
So narrated Aisha. The messenger of Allah married me when I was 7 years old. The narrator Solomon said, or 6 years, he had intercourse with me when I was 9 years old.
Oof, oof, oof,
Intercourse, guys. She left.
oof.
She left. Now, I kind of get tired of the subject. This is why I don't usually go here, but, eventually, get here, start showing stuff, but this was not the topic. But she's gone. She left, guys. She dropped. I didn't kick her. Momo, is this okay?
Welcome back, guys. That was a very fascinating one. Let us know your views in the comment section. Was the female Muslim able to prove her point? Let us know your point in the comment section. Also, the fact that the Quran copied and wrote down similar things from the Bible doesn't make the Quran to be true. In fact, it proves the falsehood of the prophethood of Muhammad for trying to divert people's attention from the true message of salvation that can only be found in the Bible. From her voice, you perceive lots of panic from her voice. I am almost sure she almost don't know the fact of what she was talking about, and the level of confusion that came with that panic is so palpable. Throughout the entire Bible, there was no time the angels oppressed the prophets they were sent to deliver messages to. They always tell the people not to be afraid, and that is because of the appearance of the angels sometimes can be terrifying. So they always tell the people they were supposed to deliver the message to not to be afraid. But in the case of Muhammad, he claimed Angel Gabriel oppressed him 3 times inside the cave, so he couldn't bear it any longer, that he had to run out of the cave. Angel cannot oppress the people they were supposed to deliver this message to. It means that another spirit, which is not of God, came to Muhammad in that cave. And the only excuses this lady could give in defense of her prophet was that gaining revelation is painful, that the revelation the angels were delivering to Muhammad was a painful one. Painful revelation does not oppress people, does not press people's neck in attempts to kill them. So this is a proof that it was not an angel that appeared to Muhammad, rather a demon. Women defending child marriage in Islam is like a chicken defending the KFC. Saying Muhammad never slept with Aisha at the age of 9 has to be the worst denier of the Quran by any Muslim so far. For this lady to deny that Muhammad never slept with Aisha has to be one of the worst denier of the Quran. Guys, let's know your views in the comment section. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this, and subscribe if you've not done so. Like this video as well. Thank you. See you in our next video.